Hi everyone! So you might have noticed that I had a break. I kind of struggle making van life videos away from my van, but thankfully tomorrow I'm flying back. And well, I say thankfully, but of course I loved staying with my friends and I'm gonna miss them a lot. But at the same time I felt a little bit lost without the van here, and I have some projects I'm looking forward to working on. For example, I was listening to you guys and I have ordered the charger one to charge my power station straight from the alternator. And so I will be installing it as soon as I get back. But here in Sydney, I don't really have much to show you. I used to live here, so I don't do any touristy stuff at all. I have basically just been cooking, eating, celebrating Christmas, New Year, birthdays, farewells. And I have realized that preparing and sharing food is definitely my love language. My friend Hannah came up with this super easy, amazing tiramisu. And I apologize in advance to Italians for calling it that, but it's my new obsession. From now on, this is going to be my go-to dessert when I do house sits and want to leave something nice behind for the owners. Let me show you how it's done. You will need some biscuits. Square ones would be ideal, but I like these digestive biscuits because they have less sugar and a whopping 4-star health rating. You lay the biscuits in a dish and drizzle them with coffee. We use decaf because nobody here wants caffeine withdrawal headaches. Then you prepare 1 liter of vanilla custard, or half vanilla and half chocolate, which I actually prefer. But it has to be the good European kind, not the custard you buy in Australian supermarkets, which is completely different, and honestly I don't understand how anyone likes it. I'm sorry. Pour half the custard over the biscuits, add another layer of biscuits, more coffee, the rest of the custard, then another layer of biscuits and coffee. Once the custard cools down, you top it up with some kind of yogurt. We love this one. I usually can't stand coconut yogurt, but this one is an exception. Finish with a sprinkle of cacao powder and leave it in the fridge for a bit before serving. We had pretty traditional Christmas dinner, potato salad and schnitzel. It's a Czech tradition to make so much potato salad that by New Year's Eve you are absolutely sick of it, and then you won't crave it again until next Christmas. Traditionally, Czechs eat it with crumbed carb, but we had vegan and non-vegan schnitzels. I promised you guys a creepy Christmas Czech tradition, and then I realized that by now everybody is sick hearing about Christmas. We are all glad it's done and dusted, but I promised it, so I'm going to say it anyway. Some of you already correctly guessed that it's about the fish, the carp that we traditionally eat, and it's still the tradition in many Czech families to buy the carp live before Christmas. And you can go to the market and they have a little pool there, and in there you have the fish and you can pick which one you want, and then you keep it in your bathtub for a few days because there is a belief that when the fish is starved it makes the meat taste better. And my mother never did that. We always had schnitzel, but my grandparents were very old-fashioned and they always had carp. Thankfully they had more than one bathroom, so they could still wash, but it wasn't the case in all families. And 1 year the carp actually passed away in that bathtub before it actually was its time. Nobody wanted to eat it. Honestly, they should have just kept it a secret, but because they told us, nobody came to my grandparents' Christmas dinner and they ate it all by themselves because they didn't want to waste the money. So that's my creepy Czech Christmas tradition story. I was also super excited that Susie Spoon's Vegetarian Butcher is open again. Years ago, when they were still in Newtown, I was obsessed with their chili dog. Then they closed and I hadn't had anything from them in ages. Now they have opened a store in Merrickville, so we ordered a burger and some fish and chips. My Omni friend genuinely couldn't believe the fish wasn't real. He asked me like 3 times if I was sure. That same friend also showed me these XR glasses, and honestly, they would be amazing for watching movies in the van at night. They connect to your phone, there is no external light, and the sound goes straight into your ear bones. We also went to Loving Hut because we have one in Perth too, and their laksa there is the best laksa in the world. The Sydney laksa was, well, disappointing. The bar is set very high by Perth, but all the other dishes were absolutely delicious. We went to see the musical Pretty Woman, which was actually really nice. I completely cracked up when she said, "It was business doing pleasure with you." We also took a trip to a friend's farm past the Blue Mountains and stopped to feed some horses on the way. That turned into a bit of a nightmare because one extremely greedy horse decided I wasn't allowed to leave until I feed him all the carrots, and only him. And finally, cats. I have been desperately trying to make friends with this one weird cat who hates cuddles and never purrs. Turns out, every year she likes me less and less. Last year she couldn't stand it when I closed my bedroom door at night, and this year she truly does not care about me at all. And the worst part is, she's so absolutely beautiful, soft, fluffy, perfect. All you want to do is cuddle her, and you can't. So we went to a nearby cat cafe to meet some friendly cats. Unfortunately, they also didn't want to cuddle. So we lowered our expectations and went to visit the neighbors' cats instead. The cat cafe was actually really interesting because it's not just a cafe, it's also a rescue shelter. They have been open for about 3 years now, and in that time they have managed to rehome 104 cats. Which is honestly amazing. All the cats there are fosters, waiting to be adopted, and you can really tell they are doing a good job. The space is calm, the cats are relaxed, and if we could, I swear we would have put Gloria here straight into our bag and taken her home. She is absolutely gorgeous. Being away from the van reminded me how much that little space is actually my anchor. It gives structure to my days, it keeps me moving, and it makes it easier for me to create and share things with you. So I'm really looking forward to getting back to Perth, back to the van, back to projects, and back to my routine. I might also be meeting one of you, a fellow VanLife lady, on my way down south before starting a course for my multi-combination driver's license, which I'm really excited about. Thank you for sticking around during this slower period and for being patient when things get a bit quiet. Normal van life content will resume very soon. See you next time!